Um,
Hello, everyone. We are live with Juice today, the founder of Holo App, and I'm super excited to get to talk to him because I've been kind of like yapping on the timeline a lot about the app, and I'm super interested to know more and to get to know Juice and his team. So, hi, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you. Thank
I'm
you for having me. First of
Of
all, I really
course, yeah.
appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. I have just been so excited just because I get super excited about like stuff like what you're building. So it's like I get excited about products that I get to use like I want to use like every day. So if it's something that I can log into every day or like that it's something interesting for me that kind of becomes like part of like my daily either like scroll routine
Of course.
or like
Right. Of course.
wait, okay. I was hearing myself in my headphones.
No
So it's
worries.
like I just like super, like I'm always looking to find stuff like that. And it's very hard because because I'm crypto native at the end of the day, and so a
Right.
lot of crypto apps are just like apps and products like they're not great, and it's like it's nothing that I'm interested in, nothing that I'm like really wanting to ever use, but when I like, and it was really funny because that's kind of like me and the community kind of like sniffed you guys out, and it was like really early. And it
Very
was
early.
like, yeah, and we were like trying to do detective work. I remember it
Right.
was me and somebody else from the community, and we were like, what is this? Who are the founders? What does it do? How do we get in?
Right.
Like we want to know. And then
Yep.
I was able to like find you guys, and it was like really cool. But I want to
Yeah.
give you a minute to introduce yourself and kind of like tell me. And it's like well, you kind of had started telling me about this before we went live. So
Yep.
I'm curious to know how did your journey in Web3 start?
Oh wow. It's actually so really interesting, right? Was I got into crypto because like a lot of the older kids that I was hanging around at the time were talking about it, NFTs,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So I found it was called the antisocial. Oh, what was it? Remember the like Azuki Ape Social Club? You remember those from back in the day?
I think so.
So there was a spin-off, right? It like the OX. Oh, it was the OX Azuki Ape Social Club.
Oh,
Right? Like
okay.
an OX project for the Azuki Apes or whatever. I ended up becoming a moderator, met a ton of really cool people. But the project ended up going really south. A bunch of sketchy stuff happened. It rubbed.
Mm.
Like classic like during the peak of everything, like projects were just popping up and
Mhm.
people were dumping them like within a couple weeks. This one lasted for a little bit, but it ended up just going to honestly, for the lack of better terms, just ended up going to shit very
Yeah.
quickly, you know. And then from there, I had drawn a 111 piece collection for like a layer two chain called Arc at the
Mhm.
time because I met the founder through a project that I ended up buying into and all this stuff. I drew the artwork for him. But honestly, after that, it kind of just turned into like collecting artwork for me,
Mm.
right? Like it's collecting NFTs. I never really got super deep into like the coins or anything like that. It was pretty strictly just NFTs for me.
Mm. Mm.
And it honestly comes from like the trading cards, right? So I've been collecting cards since I was a kid, like
Oh
very,
wow.
very
Okay.
young. So predominantly like it started off with like Pokemon,
Mhm.
Yu-Gi-Oh, and then obviously later in time, like One Piece started their TCG. I'm
Mhm.
heavy into that. So it all kind of meshed, right?
Mhm.
And then I met Brian, for example. I've met a bunch of really cool people through
Mhm.
crypto. But it all kind of led to Hollow, right? Because
Yeah.
just like a majority of people, like it got pretty overly saturated, and I got
Yeah.
bored. I got really bored. So I got back into trading cards.
Mhm.
And so when my girlfriend and I met, this is when it really kind of going crazy again. It was like 3 years ago that we
Mhm.
started like really buying. I can't even talk about how much money I've spent on trading cards. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous, you know? Um, so, I mean, to answer the question, like I kind of had like a pretty typical like crypto experience,
Yeah. Yeah.
the way I found it, it just kind of popped up. People were doing it in front of me. So
Yeah, yeah. I think actually it's very relatable because my story was kind of the same. I always have been super interested in NFTs, and I didn't trade them because I didn't care to trade them. I wanted to buy them and hold them because I'm somebody who has like an art background. So I always like I studied art. I've studied fashion and then I studied graphic design. And I've always just been interested in art. And so when my husband was trying to get me into crypto, he was like, "Hey, look, you can collect like digital pictures and they're really pretty." And I was like,
yep.
"Okay."
Uh-huh. 100%.
And
Mhm.
the same as you, I remember like the first project that I worked for, I actually worked for them like for a long time. I worked for them for like 3 years. And it was like a serious thing, and it was like my full-time job for like those 3 years. And I was like a mod, I was a community manager, I was a collab manager, I was like the social media man, I was doing everything. And we
Right.
had like a really small team, and we were basically like running everything because our founder was like didn't want to do anything, and we were like believing, we had just so much belief and conviction, we were trying to make it happen until like he ghosted us one day.
Okay. Same exact thing happened to me. We had a
Yeah,
very similar experience. The exact same thing. One day, the founder just like disappeared.
yeah.
There was this whole story, like the artist died, like a bunch
Oh,
of.
that
It was
happens
crazy.
so much though. I feel like it's happened more than once. Like they always LARP, like they're always like, "Oh, he died," or like he tried to kill himself, and it's like
Yeah,
they're just trying to get out of like the sticky situation that they got themselves in,
a hundred
and
percent, a
it's just
hundred percent.
not, yeah. And so I've been very, I was like telling you right
Oh,
before we started streaming, I've been like super traumatized. It's like after I worked for that project, I was like, I am never working for crypto people ever again.
100%. No, I don't blame you at all. I mean, I've refused numerous of times. Like, I'm good. You know what I mean? If anything,
Yeah,
like if I like the art, like especially when it comes to
yeah,
NFTs, I will
yeah.
not get involved in like a coin project, like be on the
Mm,
team for a coin. I think that that's crazy. But
mm-hmm,
like, if I find a project that I like, I just spend money on it, collect it. That is like
mm-hmm.
the very most people will get from me at this point.
Yeah. Um,
Very
and I
most.
wanted to, okay, so like, how did you guys, well, how did you meet Brian? Because I was like stalking you guys. Because
We've
I
been
was
friends
trying
for a
to,
while.
yeah, I've been trying to make sure that you guys were like real people and everything was like safe and I could like
Yes.
basically talk about Holo on my profile. So I was like stalking Brian, and it seems like he's been into Basie very much. And so I wanted to ask, like, how did you guys meet, and like, what has he, like, what projects has he been like kind of involved? I don't know what is he up to?
So Brian is
Mhm.
the man. So we met like 5 years ago at this point. So
Mhm.
Brian's also a super talented artist. And we originally met because like I wanted to work with him,
Mhm.
you know. Back in the day, he like produced like a one off of Basie. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
Um, but I wanted to work with him
Mhm.
because our art styles are very similar. We share a lot of the same ideas and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And at the time, like I was just kind of like a young kid, like seeing
Mhm.
someone do things that I want to do, essentially.
Mhm. Mhm.
And just like over time, we just ended up crossing paths.
Mhm.
We have a lot of stuff in common. So I grew up like in the construction world kind of thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
Brian is in the construction world actively. We're
Mhm.
both artists. We share a lot of the same, like, the way we grew up is very similar. Our hobbies are very similar. We have similar backgrounds, so
Mhm.
everything just kind of worked really well. But
Mhm.
we met through crypto. I mean, I have a couple really good friends that I've met through crypto. Like, shout out Sal's. Sal's the man. Um, he's not super involved in crypto or anything anymore, but like, I went to his wedding this past year
Oh
and met him.
wow, that's so
You
cool.
know, so Brian and I kind of met like it was really weird because it was never like super intentional. Obviously, like I
Mhm.
was kind of just like a fanboy, you could say. Like when I first found out about Brian and like his art and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and then over time, just doing similar stuff, we ended up crossing paths and
Mhm.
just kind of been friends since.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And how did you guys? When did you start working on Hollow?
So this whole concept is crazy, right? Because everything's happened super fast, but like 3 months
Mhm.
ago.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of approached Brian on some like, hey, I have this idea. I know you
Mhm.
have a background in building apps and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Brian has like a super deep chest of skills and stuff like that.
Wow.
And so there wasn't really like anybody else. And he's also super deep into TCGs and collecting and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So there wasn't really like anybody else that I wanted to help me with it, you know? Like if it wasn't going to be Brian, it was just going to be me and I'd figure it out. It probably would have taken way longer. But I
Mhm.
approached him on some like, hey, can you help me with this? Slash, do you want to help me with this? Because I know you can.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know how to do this stuff. You know how to do it. I have this grandiose idea, like this huge
Mhm.
idea that I think would be a lot of fun
Yeah.
and could solve a lot of problems, you know?
Mhm.
But I don't know myself, like, how to approach this. I don't really want to, like,
Mhm.
spend a ton of money and hire a developer
Mm.
to, like, sit there and go back and forth. You know, like,
Mhm.
Brian and I are in the same time zone.
Yeah.
We run a very similar schedule. It's really easy to get in touch with each other,
Mhm.
you know? So it was very much so like, I need your help with this. It
Yeah.
wasn't really like an ask. It was like, I need your help.
Yeah.
You know? So the start of Hollow was like, I had this idea. I pitched it to Brian. I was like, can you
Mhm.
help me with this? And it was just like a yes across the board. And obviously, like 3-ish weeks ago now, we started
Mhm.
pushing out beta access codes.
Mhm.
And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a really good time.
Yeah. And it's like my question is also like how did you like what made you think of that of like and also I kind of want you to explain what hollow is because I don't really know exactly how to present it to people because it's so many different things and it's not I feel like it's not very simple and it's like I've been telling people that it's kind of like a social media app but it also has like a built-in portfolio for like TCG people and it's just like focused on just TCG and like collecting and so I just don't ever know the right way to like present it to people so I wanted to ask you how like to kind of explain what the app is and then to
Okay.
kind of like maybe go back and then tell me how did you come up like how did you think of it because it does solve it does like I'm always fascinated with people who can find like who can find like things and like ideas that are like solving some kind of like a need because at the end of the day when you're doing like marketing or like you're trying to come up with like a product that you want to like sell like that's the start of everything. It's like you into something so much that you are able to identify some kind of a problem and then like solve it. And that's how good products are basically born. So I'm just really interested in how did you conceptualize it? And like I want you to tell me how, how do you describe what hollow is?
Okay. So I'm going to start with how it even like came to be a thing.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to start there and then we'll get to like how I would describe Hollow.
Yeah, okay.
So it's honestly like not anything super crazy. You know,
mhm.
like I found myself kind of like drifting away from like crypto Twitter, right?
Mhm.
'Cause for the
Mhm.
past like 6 years, it's all my Twitter feed has been.
Mhm.
And so obviously there's like a bunch of horrible things happening in the world as well. So when I started to cater my social media feeds to like trading cards, because that's
Mhm.
what I'm really into at this point, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? It was a lot of like, okay, here's this crypto LARPer flexing a Rolex, driving a Lamborghini. Here's a fake portfolio screenshot. Cool Charizard, cool Azuki card. A bomb just got dropped somewhere in the middle of the world. You know, it was like so much random
Yeah.
stuff, and I couldn't really consolidate my feed into just trading cards, which is what I
Mhm.
wanted. You know, like I
Mhm.
didn't want to see it all the extra noise. You know,
Right.
because it's pretty hard to get away from, anyways, just in
Mhm.
general. You know,
Mhm.
so I remember thinking to myself, like, it would be really cool if I had a spot to just focus on TCG products because that's what
Mhm.
I want to be seeing. You know, when I'm
Mhm.
doom scrolling, I want to see the videos of like some 5-year-old kid ripping a crazy rare baseball card or whatever, like the crazy reactions. Like,
Mhm.
I think they're awesome. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? seeing people pull cool cards, like flexing their
Mhm.
collections. Like I love that kind of content.
Mhm.
And so the problem that I found was like what I'm chasing, like what I want to see is getting swept up in everything else,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
And people that want to talk about this and see all of these things like deserve and need a place to be able to freely talk about it without the
Mhm.
noise of everything else, you know? Like it needed a dedicated
Yeah.
vault, you know?
Yeah. Mhm.
And so that's kind of how the whole concept came to be. And that kind of leads into like what Hollow is, obviously,
Mhm.
right? So Hollow, I would kind of describe as like a social hub for collecting. Obviously, there's a bunch of different stuff that
Mhm.
are in play here, right? So like when the team and I talk, like the way that I describe this to them is like we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here, you
Mhm.
know. We're trying to take every wheel that already exists and put it on a frame and add an engine,
Yeah.
you know. Like this isn't like here's this brand new thing that is new to everybody that doesn't really make a ton of
Right.
sense, right? Like
Right.
we're taking a bunch of aspects from the hobby as a whole,
Mhm.
putting them in one place, and also giving people a place to like talk about it as
Yeah.
well, you know. So, like for example, like TCG player price charting.
Mhm.
Obviously, they're like market analytic tools, you
Mhm.
know, like pricing, all that fun stuff, looking at card sets. And then there's apps like Collector, you know,
Mhm.
where it tracks your portfolio like it would like your crypto wallet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the whole idea was like, let's take all of these things and just put them in one spot and then
Right.
give people an opportunity to discuss everything without ever having to leave the same place. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So obviously there's a bunch of other stuff. Like we're working on a lot of stuff in the background. Um, so a good like way to describe it too, just random thought was like we're giving the community a home.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So you're not trying to like dodge around random posts and random opinions, weird
Right.
world affairs, politics, whatever it may be, you know, and it's just like community centric, giving everyone like an easy place to kind of like collaborate and discuss all these things.
Yeah. And cuz we're live, so I'm just before we like go on, we're live on Blaze and we're live on X. So I like sometimes check the chats. So I am listening to you, but I'm also trying to
Oh
keep
yeah.
like in track like of like what's going on, cuz like I catch myself sometime like just like looking if there's people like saying stuff, because I want to like engage people, and also I want to catch questions, because it's like if anybody has a question, I want you to be able to like get an opportunity to answer. But so what I was thinking is that somehow I feel like, because I've tried different like alternatives for like social apps, and I do feel that pain point of like it being very hard to basically to keep your timeline on X like focused on what you want. It is so incredibly hard because it's always trying to give you some other stuff, and people can't, also like the people you follow can't help but like interact with like just random things. And so like the algorithm just feeds you these random things that like either your friends are interacting with, like especially like if you're just scrolling through your for you page, like you just can never keep it really focused on what you want. So I really get that. And I have also used alternative like social media apps, but that were kind of like focused on crypto, and they're really weird and they never work. I don't know if you've tried any, but it's like if you log into like something like the Arena, or like, because that's like an AVAX based social media app, or like, and I don't want to talk shit, but they get weird sometimes, because whenever people go to these alternative like social media apps, they don't know what to talk about. And so like people start posting really weird things. It's like in their first instinct is always to go on this like different social media app that's not X, and post like a picture of the sun, and a picture of the
Yeah.
flowers, and a picture of
Right.
like the clouds. And it's almost like they're trying to separate from X and like create like this wholesome timeline of like the flowers and the clouds, and it's just like, and it happens, you see it every time you try to join a new social media app, and it's like
Right.
app, and it's just like a nothing burger, you know. But then when I tried Hollow, it was like really cool because people stay on topic, you know. You know, the
Yep.
older people that are in there right now, and I don't think there's too many of us on there right now, but people keep like, you know, talking about like, you know, their cards, and you know, they're sharing like their, you know, the cards that they bought, the cards that they've graded, what they've gotten from their rips, and it's really cool. And it feels like it can have a soul. It feels like it could be something, and it's just very interesting that how it's, you know, I don't know, it's just different than you know, it is still a social media app, but it feels different, and
That's
I
kind of
don't
what we're
know.
going for.
Yeah. And
Um,
so
Go ahead.
no, that go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, well, so that's kind of like what we're going for, right? And especially so, like, while we're not like a crypto
Mhm.
based product at all, and we don't
Mhm.
want to be, like, we never
Mhm.
want to be, we don't want to be like a random gotcha program. And like, while they're very successful, like, it's just not what we want to do
Mhm.
or ever
Mhm.
incorporate.
Mhm.
A big thing is like a lot of crypto based projects, you know, like Moonbirds,
Mhm.
hold on, I'm gonna have to go look at a list. But you know, like there's a lot of crypto based products that are launching TCGs, right? So it's
Right?
like
Yeah.
Sudoku,
There's Azuki,
Bloomberg,
there's
B
Vibes,
Friends,
yeah, V
Vibe.
Friends. Klanosaurus just launched theirs. There's Chimpers.
Perfect.
So,
Exactly, right?
so
So
many.
what's cool, right, is one thing that we're trying to do is get access to the catalogs, right?
Mhm.
So that we can publish them on Holo. Because like
Mhm.
you can't go on like TCG Player and look at
Mhm.
like the Azuki card list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I haven't played yet. Like like I said, like we literally just opened our first booster box, right?
Yeah.
So I went in completely blind for the most part, but thanks to Hollow, you know, like I was kind of able
Mhm.
to like pick out certain things that I'd like to chase and
Yeah.
certain cards that I'd want. So one thing that we're trying to do, aside from give the community a home, is we're also trying to give like these Web3 based companies that have physical products and like
Yeah.
trading card games or collectibles exposure where
Mhm.
like you wouldn't otherwise get it. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like I love the Moonbird vibes or like the Pudgy
Mhm.
Penguin vibes, right? The
Mhm.
Moonbird artwork, like they're all awesome, you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
And there's no place where you can like go look at like the full card list unless you're talking like the team website, you know.
Mm. Yeah.
So we're also trying to give them a little bit of exposure, like kind of paying homage back to the
Yeah.
roots kind of thing without actually being involved in crypto at all.
And actually, I wanted to tell you about this because I was looking at something similar, like not something similar, because not similar at all, because it was just like basically a portfolio tracker for cards, but they didn't have a Zuki, and I was like, and I went on there, and I'm like, this is really cool, and but it's like since I'm somebody who was actually never into TCGs until I got my Zuki cards, and that really like when I opened my first like because I got like into the alpha sale, so I have
Yep.
two alpha boxes. I kept one sealed, and I opened one, and I opened packs for the first time. I was like, this is so much fun, and I don't even know why.
It's incredible.
It is so much fun. And
Yeah.
so that's when I really got into TCGs, and like I'm not the most like I'm not like the most like well versed person, like cuz I don't have years of like collecting cards, but I just like to have fun. And so
Right.
then I went and I got like a pack of like everything that I could. So it's like I had a pack of Magic the Gathering,
Of
pack of
course.
Pokemon, pack of Lorcana, and a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh. And I opened because I wanted to compare also the quality of the cards because it's like okay, I don't know like if Ozuki is good quality or not because I've never opened any other packs, and so I had to fix that problem. So then
Right.
and I went and I opened all these other like card games, and actually, like I figured out that Itsuki is just like my favorite, basically.
Yeah, no, I was, to be honest with you, like extremely pleasantly surprised. Like extremely surprised. Um, you know, like for example, like there aren't many trading card games that have like a really nice
Right?
like the
That
texture is great, the difference in sheens is amazing, like fantastic design qualities as well. But
Yeah.
like, what really catches my attention is like, are you kidding me?
Right? I know, right? They're
That's a
so
beautiful
good.
card. That's
Right?
beautiful. You know, and I mean, we got my girlfriend and I got pretty lucky. We didn't pull anything like super crazy, you know, but we've pulled like the alt art, Missouri's Turret, well,
Okay, that's a really cool one. People, yeah, that's a popular one. I love that one.
and then we also got this Goro, like this alt art
Oh,
leader
okay.
card.
That's also a nice one. I think it's an Earth Leader.
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna be spending a lot of money on these cards. I can tell you that right now for sure. And I
That's so
love that they
awesome.
incorporated like the beans too. The
Right?
beans artwork is some of my favorites. Hang on, let me find it. There's the Shroom Tender card.
Oh,
This card,
yes.
I
So cute.
love this artwork. It's incredible. I mean, hats off to the Azuki team. Seriously, like I don't know if
Right?
anybody's watching, but you guys did a fantastic job. Like you dove headfirst into a market that's super competitive and really difficult to get into, and are absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
Like close to none in terms of artwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And yeah, so it's just, and also for me it's super exciting that you're somebody who, because I'm like an Azuki fangirl. It's like
Mhm.
I basically live for them. Especially like on X. It's just I just
Right.
love everything they're doing, and like it's like I look forward to all the art, and I've been super excited about the TCG. But like coming, like you're somebody who actually collects cards and like knows a lot about them. It's also really exciting for me to like, to get to hear this from like other people who are not like obsessed with Itsuki.
Well, so like here's the thing, right? Is like Azuki has always been. So I've owned an elemental in the past.
Mm,
I was young and dumb and bought it for not a lot and
yeah,
sold it for a good amount. You know, so I was like, I'm the man. Like this
that's
is the
cool.
coolest thing ever. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Um, but obviously now like elementals are actually in my opinion they're super undervalued.
Mm.
So I ended up like picking one up. I know that like we're kind of working on getting like a majority of the team, some Azuki
Mhm.
PFPs and stuff like that, just because like it aligns very well,
Mhm. Mhm.
kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, it's selfishly like we want Hollow to be like the home base for like the Azuki TCG collectors and players and stuff like that. Like obviously you guys have the Discord, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
touching on one of the features, right, that we're kind of like working on refining. Right after incorporating it, like we found some like just problems with it, but the live
Mhm.
streaming, right? So
Mhm.
we want people to like, if you're going to like a local game night, like
Right.
go live, stream it.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that would be really cool.
Because we're working on connecting all of like the major streaming platforms. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
right now, like if you connect your Twitch account, you can just go live on Twitch and it auto populates on the app,
Mm.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. So you don't necessarily need a Twitch account to watch someone streaming on Twitch on Hollow,
Right. Mhm.
which is also going to lead into like exclusive things for the Hollow
Mhm.
chat and giveaway. There's a lot coming without saying too much.
it's like yeah, but I want to know more. Anyway, I was really excited about the fact because I was in the app one day and I saw you like testing out the like live streaming
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
feature. I didn't see anything. I just saw it like on top and I
That's so
couldn't
fun,
like I was trying to like creep but I couldn't.
right?
I'm a woman. I creep on everybody. But I love, so like I've been doing like, because I've been doing interviews on X for like a long time, and before that
Mhm.
I was doing spaces, but like live streaming as like gaming and like doing other stuff I started like 4 months ago, and I started like basically on Blaze, which is a crypto native streaming platform. Shout out Blaze, because that's like basically my main streaming place. And
I
so
see the Hollow account in here too. I know you guys
yeah.
just heard that. We should work on that one.
Yeah, so I was like, would you guys like want to connect with Blaze at some point? Because like it would be cool to be able to stream on Blaze and like be able to stream on Hollow as well. Because also
Without a
what
doubt.
Blaze just like launched this last week we had a stream. They have like a live marketplace now where you
Yep.
can be streaming and you can be selling stuff while you're streaming. And we did
Mm.
a live rip and ship ATCG Azuki TCG stream. So we were able to
That's
buy
awesome.
cards
Right.
and like because I was buying cards because it's like I'm in freaking Europe. I can't, and I missed out on the pre-sale for Azuki TCG, so I can't get my hands on anything. And so that's how I got some cards. And then somebody from the team did like another live stream where they were selling One Piece, and they were selling like I think some baseball cards, I think some Pokemon, and because it's so early, like it's. And I'm not trying to show. I'm like, we're trying to talk about Hollow, but it kind of like all ties in together at the end of the day, right?
Yep.
Um,
So without saying too much, you just connected dots that have been separate in my head. So I'm not going to say too much. I know that the
okay.
official Holo account's in here. Obviously, I'm not on the official account right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to, yeah,
Yeah.
discussions will be
Yeah.
had without a doubt.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, because, like,
Because it's
the
just.
whole, go ahead.
No, no, no. Go ahead. I want to see. I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, I was just going to say, like, the whole, like, live market concept is really cool, right? Like, I think it gives a lot of people access to things that otherwise potentially wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, for example, you were just talking about like how you're in Eastern Europe. It's like really difficult for you to get certain things. We have members of the team that live in Canada and they have to pay like
Right.
$50 just to have it enter the country, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the whole live market, I mean, that's coming from like eBay and stuff like that. But the whole idea of like the live market being able to like buy a single pack and just have the content shipped to you is a super cool idea that I think we would want to tap into. Because like I said, we're trying to stay away from like the classic like gotcha, like pay
Yeah.
two pay 200 USDC, potentially pull this PSA 10, whatever. Like, it's a great idea. We
Yeah.
just don't want anything to do
Yeah.
with that. I think we're more aligned with like the live market side of things,
Yeah.
which is fun. It's a good time. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. And the thing, and that's also another reason why I was like super excited because I was like, thank God it's not another gotcha. Because it's like we already have so many. It's like we have, and it's like I that don't even play like these gotcha machines. I know of like all of them, and of course, like I have tried some of them. But it's like it's starting to be, in my opinion, they're starting to like oversaturate. I think there's like too many of them, and I think that long term, I don't think all of them will survive. I think we're probably going to have like the best ones, and then the other ones are kind of going to slowly like die off. I don't know. I'm not
I
trying to
fully
fight
agree.
anybody. But it's like I was just excited that what you guys are trying to do is like something completely different.
Yeah. And that's like the whole thing, right? Like one of the features that we just pushed live, I don't know if you've noticed it on the app yet or not, but one thing that I
Mm.
will give a sneak peek into is we're gonna make like binders a lot easier
Oh,
to
okay.
kind of thing. Yeah,
I know what
so
you're talking about.
yeah, like without keeping it like super vague, like I personally have 20 binders
Yeah.
full of cards, and
Mhm.
like say I'm like trying to find something to sell or like show somebody or I'm talking about a trade and I have to sit there for 45 minutes sifting through 20 different binders to find one card. I
Mhm.
go crazy. I go
Right.
crazy. So we're going to make that a little bit easier, trying to essentially make a binder trackable like a portfolio in a sense, you
Yeah.
know?
So I want to kind of summarize everything that we know that the app could do. So to start off, it's like the most easy thing like to understand is like it's a social media app for TCG enjoyers. So if you're a TCG enjoyer, no matter what TCG you're into, you could be into Magic the Gathering, you could be into One Piece, it could be Vibes, it could be Azuki, it could be whatever you want. You could go on there and you can connect with other people who also love cards, and that's you have a timeline that's focused on your hobby. And then it's really nice because you also have a portfolio there where you can scan your cards, because that was like literally the first thing that I did. I went on there and I scanned
Right.
all my Azuki cards, and then it was like so much fun. And you can also like look at what other people have in scanned in their profiles. And that was also so much fun because like I was going into other people's profiles and I was looking at their like One Piece cards and their like Lorcana cards. I love Lorcana. And I
Hmm.
get a lot of hate for that, but I don't care. And so I was like finding
Oh,
like
don't.
so many Lorcana like cards, and they were so pretty, and it was like so much fun.
Let me see. Trust me, you are talking to the right people, especially shout out Brian. He is like super deep into Lorcana,
Yeah,
you
I
know, but
know.
like just like we're into all of it over here. Like
Yeah, that
that's the
is
cool
so
part is
cool.
like I love TCGs, and
Mhm.
anytime something comes out, I'm all over it.
Yeah. And so there's the profile like part where you can scan your cards. It's like
Mhm.
portfolio and comment in their profile portfolio. Yes, I was like, while I was scanning cards one day, I was like, man, I wish I could like or like comment on these cards. And I actually told you guys, and it was done so fast. I was like, you guys are on top of it.
Yeah, well, so, that's actually it's cool that you bring that up because I remember seeing that message, immediately forwarding it to the team and being like, "We need to do this now. Like, this is a genius idea," and it was done like within the hour.
Yeah, it's just so
It was
crazy that
awesome.
you guys like did it
Great
so
idea.
fast. And because I'm such a social media addict, you know,
Yep.
and I'm just like so bad, you know, and it's like it's not a great thing, but at the same time, it's kind of a great thing because I was like, my brain is just wired that way. I was like, I wish I could just comment on people's cards and tell them I like this one or like I like that one or
A
like,
hundred
you know, I
percent.
don't know.
100%. Well, it's also like, you know, as you like build relationships and stuff, and like you
Mhm.
actually know these people,
Mhm.
like you see them scan in a card that's like super expensive or like super
Mhm.
cool. It's kind of like, whoa,
Right?
like where did you get this? Like,
Right?
congrats! Like this is crazy. You know, like perfect example. Like I don't know how many people we got in here that are like super into Pokemon, for example, but like when my girlfriend and I pulled this, it's the Mega
Oh,
Gengar
cool.
SIR
Uh-huh.
from Ascended Heroes. Like when we pulled that, it was like I was like sending pictures to my
Right.
friends and stuff like that. You know, like it's cool being able to like witness in real time, like people scanning their cards in, and when something crazy pops up, it's like, whoa,
Right.
whoa,
Right.
whoa, whoa. Where did you just pull this out of? Like this is super sick. You know, it's cool.
It's
It's
really
a lot of
cool.
fun.
It's so much fun. And yeah, and that's why I'm like, I don't know. That's why I've just been super curious and like super excited. And I just couldn't wait to like talk about it and share it with people. And it seems like everyone else is also super excited and like and it just I don't know, it just feels like you guys like like just found something, and it's like you had a great idea, and it's like other people can tell that it was also a great idea, and it's something like super enjoyable. And I don't know like how much can you share, like can I ask about like grading? Or should
Yeah.
we like leave
So
that
no,
for
you
like in
can.
the future?
You can. I mean, there are certain aspects that I absolutely will leave out of it because I don't want to like spoil everything.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, so essentially, like Hollow was already developed before grading even was a thought, right?
Mhm.
But there are obviously like massive gaps and holes and things wrong with modern grading systems,
Mhm.
right? Like one of them predominantly being like how long you have to be without the card while it's in submission.
Mhm.
That's one of the problems we're trying to solve.
Mhm.
Um, we're also like lowering the barrier of entry, you know,
Mhm.
so you're not paying like 80, $100 per card kind of thing. Like
Mhm.
it's outlandish at this point. Like
Yeah.
there's a handful of big like trusted companies, you know, that have essentially monopolized the service as a whole. So
Mhm.
we're trying to like take down that bar, bring it a
Yeah.
couple notches down again, you know. But it was essentially kind of on some like, but what if we could scan graded cards in?
Right.
That was like the big thing. So now you can like into your portfolio, you can scan any slab from any company and it'll auto populate into your
Oh, okay.
portfolio, right? But that also kind of led us towards like, what would really stop us from doing this
Yeah.
aside from manpower,
Right.
you know, which is getting sorted out. You know what I mean? but it's something that like we're all very excited about, but it's probably, I would say, like third on the priority
Mm.
list.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
right now we're heavily focused on just polishing up the app,
Mhm.
creating a
Mhm.
smoother experience, um, adding like smaller features as they come, like for example, like having a notification bell next to
Mhm.
the magnifying glass
Right.
facility. You know what I mean? Like stuff
Yeah.
like that like we're not trying to get too ahead of ourselves before the app is like it'll never be 100%, like similar to
Right.
like collecting. You know what I mean? Like I personally wouldn't like collect every Pokemon card that ever exists and be
Mhm.
like, yeah, I'm just done. You
Mhm.
know, like it would constantly evolve, kind of
Mhm.
thing. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the goal with Holo is like we don't really ever want there to be a point where it's like, okay, we're just done with this.
Mhm.
Like we're just done innovating, we're done adding things, we're done fixing things. Like it'll constantly grow.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean,
So
it's
go ahead.
no, no. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like, while grading will eventually
Mhm.
become a component of it, it's not one of the biggest at the moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that makes sense because I feel like grading, and it's like as I am getting more into like Hollow and like I'm trying to learn about what you guys are trying to build. I'm like just learning more about the industry itself. And so if it like, it is when I first like saw that there was something about grading there, I was like I thought that that was like I don't know how that could be like I don't know how that could be like I don't know. I feel like it's like such a big, it's like a big thing to pursue, but at the same time like nothing is stopping you from trying, right? And
Right.
the thing is that it's not even the main focus of the app, but it's something that you guys like are trying to work towards, and that's like and that's really great. And I was trying, and today specifically I was trying to learn like why are specific companies like big, and why do they have like the majority of the market share, and like I don't know what makes them special, and it was just so interesting. And then like I don't know, and it's just and then I learned some things about like how companies can actually build like a reputation and gain trust, because that seems to be like one of the most important things. And so and I can see how what you guys are doing just ties into just so many other things, and you guys are doing this I think at a very good time. And especially like I think it's great that you are trying to connect with like people from Vibes, people from Azuki, because Azuki's launching their TCG just like is just starting. So it's such a great opportunity to make all of it work together. I don't
Right.
know how else to say.
No, 100%. Well, I mean, I agree. I mean, I think if you want me to be completely honest with you, like the timing of it all is like entirely accidental,
Yeah.
completely coincidental. Like it wasn't like we had something sitting on the back
Mhm.
burner and we're waiting for the right time. Like
Mhm.
honestly, like we selfishly started building this for ourselves and our
Mhm.
friends to be able to have a place to like discuss
Yeah.
certain things without having to like text each other back and forth,
Right.
and it kind of turned into like this is really cool. This is
Yeah.
really fun. Like this could actually like be something really cool and that could help the hobby as a whole. Like let's
Yeah.
start pushing it live. And actually I just had a random thought. I don't know how many people are in here right now, but I know that I get tagged all the time under your posts about people asking for access.
You're
I
welcome.
think thank you. First things first. But I think I'm gonna coordinate with the team about sending you some beta access codes for you to pass out,
Mhm.
just because I can't lie to you. Like a lot of people have followed me recently.
Yeah.
I've been getting a lot of messages, and I'm sure that there are people that have been like, "Yeah, sure, let me get you a code," and then it's just like beep, gone in the DM.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think it would be helpful as well if we gave you some codes. So if like someone was like, "Hey, how do I get access to this?" You could just
Right.
be like, "Here you go."
Right. And that would be cool because there are people that I know, cuz it's like okay, so it's like I have friends, then I have like we have a specific TCG chat, and
Or-
on X, and like there's people on there who are like really into TCGs, and they collect One Piece and they collect Pokemon, and they're already like, they're already like asking me like, how do I get in this app, what is it, I want to
right,
try it. But it's like,
right.
and so I don't know, and it's just so weird to me because it's like I never thought that I would be like so into anything TCG, and it kind of just kind of just happened, and so now, and I'm just having, and that's just like, I'm just having so much fun, and I just want to have fun with like my friends, and I want to play card games, and I want to collect cards, and I just want to have fun, right?
That's the whole
It's like
point, right?
we just want to have fun. So
That's
that's
the
really
whole
cool.
point. And it's also interesting, like because it's a hobby that like, maybe like for example, like when I was younger, it was like I had to like ask my parents, like, dude, let me like we spent some money on Pokemon cards.
Right.
Now it's like I'll like go to my local card store and drop like $1,200 and be like, wow, that was ridiculous. I'm excited. Like I'm ready to have fun. you know?
Oh, that's so funny. But
So
it's like,
that's the whole point is to have fun.
right?
And we want to give people a place to have said fun, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like we're going to have, I'm sure that you're going to be my guest more than once. I really hope so. I think that you're going to
Of course.
come, I hope that you're going to come back so we could keep like, we could keep talking more and more about the app and just keep introducing more people to it, because I personally am like just so excited about it, just because first of all, it doesn't have anything to do with crypto.
right, right.
So it's like I could be as obnoxious on the timeline as I want, and I could talk about it as much as I want, and that's like literally my favorite thing. Just not
Right.
having to worry about stuff like that. And but yeah, so it's like I'm just really like excited that we're going to like we caught it so early, and it's like we can like help you guys grow it. um and I'm like, as I said, I'm excited like to see more and to be able to share more with people in the future, and like you being like our guest, and like we could keep like talking, as like the app develops, and like people can know more, we could keep like talking about it and sharing it. But there's just so many people on crypto Twitter that have just pivoted to like cards, because it's been kind of rough for everybody, and I think cards have just been, they're just fun, and it's like I think that
Yeah.
people are just craving some just fun on the timeline, and that's kind of like why. And also, I understand the financial part of it all, but
Right.
you shouldn't ever like underestimate fun.
Correct. Well, also, like, to be honest with you, like, if you're getting into TCGs to make
Mhm.
money, like, I have made money off of TCGs because I've been collecting for so long.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, I've sold some of my childhood collection for like crazy amounts of money.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you're getting into it, like, for example, like chasing this, like
That
this is
one's
like
such a good card.
it's like $1,300. I'll never sell it.
Yeah.
You know, but like even like this, like from the same set, it's just
Oh
Japanese.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if you're chasing that, you're gonna spend a lot of money,
Yeah.
and you will find nothing but disappointment and sorrow.
Yeah. I
Like going
know.
into it for money, I get it, but at the same time, like if you're chasing money, like there are certain ways to like trade slabs,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like there are investment pieces, but ripping packs is not the way to make money off of trading cards at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
At all.
And
You
so
know,
see, I don't know a lot of this, like I don't know a lot of this stuff, and it's like I don't know. I just I and that's why I was telling you. I don't know if I told you this on stream or we were like literally off stream, but it's like I hate the Pokemon bulk. It's like I would never. It's like I think I opened 2 packs, and then I was like literally done. I was like, I hate most of these cards. They, I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody's nostalgia, but I don't like them. Their art is like just really small in the middle of the card. I just don't like how they look. I like the rare cards. They have like really beautiful, like the full art cards are like really beautiful, but I would never spend my money on just ripping like single packs of Pokemon. Are you kidding me?
yeah. So I mean, I totally understand. I mean, I have a lot of bulk, but like so one thing that we do is like my girlfriend and I, there are
Mhm.
some like schools per se,
Mhm.
like homes for um children,
Yeah.
right? That have like gone through stuff, might have
Yeah.
gotten in trouble or anything. And I have a friend that used to work at one of them, and they were
Mm.
all super into like actually playing the games,
Oh
you know?
wow. Yeah.
So my girlfriend and I will just straight up donate the bulk. Like
Yeah.
we don't have any use for this. It feels
Mhm.
ridiculous to throw it away. Like
Mhm.
might as well
Yeah.
give books to like a place where kids can build
Can have
decks out
fun.
of them and
Yeah.
like actually use them and stuff like that, you know?
That's really cool. Okay, so I had a guest not that long ago. His name
Mhm.
is White House. He is an absolute goat. Like I love him. He sent me some
I know White House.
ATCG. You know White House? Okay.
Yeah,
He
he hit me up in the DMs and he's on Holo. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Okay. Okay, cool. I like he like literally also I'm going to have him again on Thursday because he's like he's an ambassador for Dilly right now and he's
Yep.
cooking up some really cool stuff with them and then we're going to get to talk about what he's doing. We're going to get to talk about Dilly. And so I'm excited. But he is
Yeah.
like he's an absolute goat. And so he told me that he was going to donate a bunch of bulk from ATCG to like children hospitals in the UK. So I think that's really cool, and it just reminded me, like you were saying how you guys donate some cards, and because like the kids are really into playing the games, and so it just made me think of him. I
Right.
was
That's
like,
awesome.
if he's
That's
not on
awesome.
Hollow, we need to get him on there.
He is on there. As a matter of fact, he is indeed.
That's so
Yeah, no,
cool.
I mean, it's a lot better than throwing them away, to be honest,
Yeah,
because like
no,
ultimately
absolutely.
it's just a lot of waste, you know, and the way that we view it is like if we can make like if some random person like dropped like donated to me a
Hmm.
ton of cards when I was a kid, I would have been over the moon
Right.
about it. I would have been so
Yeah.
excited. You know, so like if we can do that for other kids that may not be able to access the cards or whatever it may be, you know, like if
Hmm.
we can help them be happier, that's kind of like the whole goal.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so before we end it, can you show me? Okay, you gotta showcase what were your all of your rare pulls that you got from the box because you
Um,
showed me some, but I want to see all of them.
I mean, aside from like the gate cards and like a couple leaders, I love the gate artwork. They're all awesome. But so we got the Lord of the Sands.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You showed me that one. That's a really good card.
I love this card. It's probably my favorite artwork out of all of them.
Mhm.
The Altar Goro
Mhm.
leader.
That was a good one.
This altar,
That
I love
one.
this
Okay.
card too. This artwork is crazy. We got this Wu Cha.
Okay, Wucha is really cool. Okay, I love to tell everybody Wucha has another half. If you get Mo and you put Wucha and Mo next to each other, they make one whole art piece.
I love when companies do that. I love it.
Right?
That's awesome. So we also got like the not just like the regular
Just the
art
regular
card.
one. Yeah.
The Raiko's Wrath.
Ooh, I love that one. That's a really good card.
Super nice. Thunderclap. This artwork is crazy.
Ooh, yeah. Thunderclap is also a really good one.
And then Enray.
Oh, yeah, I have so White House sent me that card in the mail.
It's a
I
beautiful
love
card.
that one. It's so good.
It's
It's one of my
gorgeous.
favorite.
And then I mean just like the a lot of the gate cards,
Yeah.
some
They're
leaders.
so pretty, yeah.
I love this card. You know, I love this card. This card is awesome.
Yeah, that card is really cool.
Super great. I mean, the artist absolutely, well, the artists
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely killed it. I mean, the art styles are super consistent, which
Yeah.
I know when like you're working with multiple people can be
Mhm.
really hard to achieve. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, hats off to the Azuki team so far. They're doing a great job. I'm super excited to see like more expansions and
Mhm.
to like kind of see how the TCG evolves. because this is definitely something that like once it catches on, like it will catch on. It's going to be very
I know,
successful.
yeah.
It's going
I
to be
think
very
so too.
successful.
Z is trying to keep us like not too excited. I think he's trying to be very like grounded and being like, guys, like it was a good launch, but like we don't know if it's going to be like really a success until like set 5 comes out. You guys just, just don't get your expectations like really high, but at the same time, it's like they cooked on this
Yeah, no,
TCG.
they really did. They look amazing. Um, and I mean, I don't know how to play it yet, but I would love to learn because it seems like it plays really well as well. Like it seems
It's really
like a lot of
fun.
fun.
Have you played what have you played? Have you played any like actually played TCGs? Like I think you said
Yeah, yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh or like Pokemon.
yeah. I played Magic a lot when I was
Mm.
a kid. Um, so I mean, like recently, not a lot,
Mm. Mm.
but I have quite a bit in the past.
So I think you're going to be able to pick it up pretty quickly because I've heard that it's okay. So the only TCG I've actually played, and I've been playing this for 10 years because I'm really old, is is Hearthstone. So I've been playing
Okay,
Hearthstone since Hearthstone came out, and
okay,
so that made it super easy for me to pick up Azuki because it was very similar. It's like I could like you have a hero and then you have like weapons and then like you have your like health or whatever, and then like basically
right,
everything works kind of the same. But there's like some unique like stuff to Azuki TCG, but that's not too hard to like understand. And but other people say it's like similar to One Piece or Gundam as far as like gameplay goes, but I've never played those two games, so I can't really compare. To me, it just compares to Hearthstone because that's like literally the only other game I've played.
right.
But it was even people who have never played it, like never played like any TCGs, like have been able to pick it up pretty quickly. So I think it would be really fun. And so yeah, if you guys ever want to play, you could just join the Discord and like play with some
Absolutely.
people. Like the people in the Discord are really like willing to like play and like they're patient and they like teach you. And so that's also like something really nice cuz
Good
I
to
still
know.
need to I still need to learn how to like get better. But before we close out, I wanted to ask you, was there anything that we didn't talk about cuz I was so excited? So I might have missed like some questions cuz like is there anything that you want to mention?
I mean, I think we covered like a pretty vast majority of like everything we should have
Mhm.
talked about. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? One thing I will say is like for everybody listening and you as well, like we're going to be passing out more codes.
Mhm.
I know that there's like a pretty good amount of people kind of like chomping out the bit
Mhm.
to get in.
Mhm.
The best way to describe it is like the people that we have in the app right now have been like super super helpful in terms of
Mhm.
like helping us kind of like tighten everything up,
Mhm.
button everything up, make sure everything looks good. There aren't any weird like glitches or snags where
Mhm.
anything might get like a little janky or something like that. I think we're gonna start like really pushing out some codes soon.
Mhm.
Obviously, we're gonna give you some to kind of pass out to your people, give them away on Twitter, like whatever you want to do with them.
Mhm.
Um, but coming up, like we're gonna start letting way more people in, you know. And on
Yeah.
top of that, I personally am gonna be giving away some stuff out of like my personal collection,
Mhm.
um, just to kind of like celebrate more people coming in. Get some people involved, get them
Yeah.
interacting with stuff, get them engaged. So I'm gonna be giving out some pretty good money worth of PCG products here shortly. So.
Yeah, that's something that people are always like excited about, like giveaways. I wanted to ask you, do you know if anybody has scanned in a portrait yet on Holo? I
Oh
was like,
my
who's
goodness.
who's it gonna be?
I have seen, let me see.
I
So
think
this is like,
somebody took a picture of one,
yeah, I'm scrolling right now
but
because I have open.
I'm not sure if
Yeah.
anybody actually scanned like a portrait in.
Let me see if he has it in yet. No. So Monsieur Web3 posted
Oh,
a picture of
okay.
the portrait that he pulled.
Cause okay, do you want to know a really cool story? I don't know if you guys watched that stream, but on a Zuki round table, Monsieur was the one that pulled the God pack. and we were on stream. It was me, Ira, and him, and he
Huh.
opened like literally one case of like a Zuki TCG, and like he got a god pack, and me and Ira had no clue what was going on halfway through the pack, because like he kept like pulling like shiny cards, and I was like, wait a minute, is that what you would call a god pack? And then there was like the two portraits, one like back to back, and we were
That's
like
crazy.
flipping out. It was so much fun.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't know if he's in here. Shout out Mansoor. I mean, that's insane. I pulled a God pack out of Pokemon when I was younger. Like it
Yeah.
was just like a Japanese V Star Universe or whatever it was called. But that is like the ultimate
Right.
thing for ripping packs. You know what I mean? That's what a lot of people are chasing. Like even with
Right.
the Ascended Heroes in Pokemon, you can pull a
Yeah.
God pack, and it's kind of like the whole rave. That's awesome. I mean, it's super cool that you got to like witness one live.
Right? And I just couldn't believe that it happened on stream. And then the craziest thing was that the next week we had Min on, and he
Yep.
pulled a portrait on stream too. So we had like, and I was like, what kind of luck is that we got to see two people back to back? One pulled a god pack and the other one, I don't know, did your phone die?
Oh my, I'm back. I don't know
Okay.
what
Oh,
just
I'm
happened.
sorry. We're
That's
gonna be we're gonna be done. We're gonna be done in just a second.
yeah.
But it was just crazy that, like, what's the odds that you
I
would
know.
have two back to back streams? You know, like one week and then the other. It was just crazy. I've never seen anything like that. It was amazing.
That's awesome. I mean, that's super cool. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that like you can't make up. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
super cool seeing that stuff happen live and like witnessing the reactions and how excited people
Mhm.
get. That's like my
Yeah.
favorite part about ripping packs. Like I'm not a big like open cards by myself. You
Right.
know, I like have to be with my girlfriend or like we have some friends that are into it too.
Yeah.
So like, we'll sit around, like have a couple drinks and just like rip
Yeah.
packs open. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's why I was like, I at first I didn't really get like, cause there's some people who like rip packs on stream for like other people, like you can pay and buy the packs and then somebody else can like open them for you. But it's
Yep.
really that social interaction of like you and like the people that are watching the stream and the person that is streaming, and it's like such a, it, I don't know, it's just like the social, cuz I don't know,
Yep.
humans, we're social creatures, so it
Exactly.
just adds like a whole nother level of like excitement to it all when you can share it with your friends. And that's why
Exactly.
the Holo app is going to be an absolute banger.
Right. I was literally about to mention like, and that's like the kind of stuff we want to do with like the
Right?
live streaming feature. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we want people to go live. Like my girlfriend and I, for example, like when
Mhm.
we buy cards, like buy sealed product, we end up buying quite a bit of it and like opening it over an extended period of time.
Yeah.
You know, but we want to give people a reason to like, oh, I just bought this booster box. Like, I'm gonna go home and go live on Hollow, so
Right?
all my friends can watch me rip these cards. You
Yeah.
know, like that's kind of the whole point.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
know. It is so much fun. And I'm not going to hold you anymore because we've been like going for about an hour and I can feel myself like rambling a little bit. But I had a lot of fun. I hope that you had
Likewise,
also a lot of fun being my
I
guest.
did.
And I'm really looking forward to just being on the app and like, I don't know, just sharing TCG stuff with other people. And, you know,
Absolutely.
it's so exciting because I think you
Yeah.
guys really have something so cool. And yeah, so I hope that people are going to, you gotta go follow. You gotta go follow Juiced and you gotta go follow the Holo app. And it is not crypto based, so I can shill it as much as my heart desires. No
Right.
problem at all.
Right. That's awesome.
Codes are coming. It's gonna be
Yes.
like, you get a code and you get a code.
No, that's good though. That's good though. You know what I mean? Because we do want to start passing out more.
Right, yeah.
But like honestly, like between me, the Hollow like official app, like the official account and stuff like that, like there's so many messages happening
Right.
all the time. It's kind of hard to keep track of them. So
Absolutely.
also like giving you some codes to pass out to people, especially who are like engaging with your content and like want to see what it's all
Right.
about. You can just give it to them. You know what I mean?
Okay. That sounds good. I'm going to have so much fun cuz it's like I already know the people that are going to enjoy what you guys are doing. So it's like I don't know. It just makes so much sense. But yeah,
Yeah,
thank you guys for coming and watching. We're going to hopefully be able to have Juiced and hopefully Brian. I'd like to, because Brian has like such an interesting background. I'd love to have him on. And we could talk about Holo. We could talk about other stuff. You guys could be my guest as much as you want, and we could talk about
absolutely.
whatever we want.
Well, so honestly, just like message me. Um, you can literally just message me whenever
Hmm.
because I have like a ton of free time coming up. My girlfriend and I are getting ready to move, so like I said, like I'm not even like going back to work tomorrow kind of thing. So I have a ton of time that I'm dedicating to like working on Hollow, growing it, refining it, polishing it. You know what I mean? So even if I'm just kind of like chilling at home and you're going live, like I'll absolutely pop in.
That's really awesome. I'm trying to. Okay, so it's really hard for me to end stream. So we're gonna say bye. We're gonna end the stream. I'm trying to raid somebody on Blaze. Thank you for everybody who came and watched us on the Blaze side. And yeah, thank you everyone for just coming and hanging out. And I'm just looking forward to everything you guys are building. And as like the app grows and more people get on it, we're gonna be able to talk more about like everything that's going on in there because it's really a lot and it can be like hard to really grasp all of it.
Mhm.
But yeah, bye guys.
Thank you guys.